Hello lovelies, today we're talking all things 90s style. And if you want to dress 90s, there's actually two completely different ways to do it. And if you have fallen in love with the 90s and have really embraced the minimalism that has really been all over our Pinterest thanks to Kennedy and Love Story, then that is just half of the equation. Because on the other side, we have full-fledged glamour that people often skip when talking about the 90s. It was also the decade where I finally had agency about what I was wearing and what the possibilities were in terms of my personal style, so it made a huge impact for me. So today we're diving into the chic minimalism that we have all come to know and love this year, but also taking a closer look at some of the more glamorous aspects of the 90s. Intentional hair, polished accessories, and a huge demand for luxurious fabrics like tweed, leather, silk, velvet that made getting dressed so much fun. Welcome back, and if you're new, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm Ziva, and I'm so happy you're here. If you think the perfect outfit gives you superpowers, then you're in the right place. Getting to the outfits, the 90s were famous for iconic airport looks. These are the first looks I want to show you because even if you're not heading to the airport all the time, airport looks are just amazing casual day-to-day looks you can wear on a regular basis. Minimalist look, I took a lot of inspiration from Kate Moss and Cindy Crawford, both of which have like they can make a whole book of like incredible airport looks by just them too. But I chose Cindy Crawford because this is always a look that is kind of percolating in the back of my mind. Anytime I do get dressed to go to the airport, I also have a video on my favorite fail-proof airport outfits that I love wearing, so make sure to head there after this. For this look, I have my Bea straight leg jeans that are super affordable, bestsellers, Zara ankle boots, a Zara leather jacket, quince belt, and my Oleato travel bag. And for the more glamorous airport outfit, I took a lot of inspiration from Kennedy as well as Whitney Houston and Halle Berry, who wore leopard print quite a bit. And leopard print is one of those prints that was very prevalent in the 90s. You saw it in ad campaigns, editorials, up and down the runway. It was frequently used like as a head to toe look, and also even more on the minimalist side in terms of peppering in either a belt or shoes or just different accessories that had this print. It was everywhere then, it's everywhere now, and it's such a classic print. For this look, really drawing on Kennedy style in the flare leg jeans, loafers, a jersey top is super comfortable. It's also a bestseller. And then finishing the look with that leopard print topper that is really key when you travel. You definitely want layers when you're on the go. In terms of the tote bag, I'm finishing the look with one of my favorite bags of the season, which is the Brera bag by Fabrique. It's a Dutch calfskin with suede inside, and it's actually reversible, so if I want a completely different look, I can just turn it inside out. This is very 90s coded because no loud hardware or logos, and every time that I wear it, I get so many compliments. Everybody wants to know where it's from, and it's just, of course, a quintessential travel item that is also a great day-to-day bag. And speaking of Fabrique, I'm so excited that they're sponsoring today's video because they are a longtime partner of mine and one that I cherish and wear constantly. Their pieces are made impeccably. They support over 350 designers worldwide, and they're all about building a community of artisans, designers, and wearers of these clothes that help elevate the entire fashion industry because they believe that it's just as important to know who your clothes were made by as where they were made in. Every single piece of clothing has the designer name on it, and you get to learn more about where they come from. They recently added Vera Wang to their roster, and their collection with her is absolutely breathtaking. My wedding dress was inspired by her designs, and they have a white dress that looks exactly like the inspiration behind mine, which was just a ton of ruffles. And she just understands kind of the dreamy, whimsical nature of feminine whims, but there's also a functionality to all of her clothes. And I'm so excited and happy to see the designs that she came up with for Fabrique. And I'm really excited to be able to offer a discount code that I'll put down in the description so that you can start discovering Fabrique. And I know that you will love them as much as I do, and they'll start taking up prime real estate in your wardrobe. This first look that I'm showing you for date night is a dress that I've talked about a lot over the last month, the Wraith metallic embellished slip dress in wool. First saw this dress, I didn't even know that it had a 2-in-1 situation. I just knew that I had to have it because of that sheer material underneath that screams 90s to me. And being a Gen Xer, it just pulled at my heartstrings. And by the way, I would love to know what generation you're from. This dress has the metallic details here that just add really beautiful movement, and also kind of solves like what jewelry you're wearing for the evening, because you can just finish the look off with some statement earrings. You can wear it as a mini LBD and have that slip dress look that is so in style right now. Or you can add that beautiful movement with the sheer skirt and completely transform the outfit. I'm actually wearing this look for a benefit this weekend, and I can't wait to debut it in my real life. Now on the glam side, we have another Fabrique dress that also stole my heart, and I've worn for Easter and my mother-in-law's retirement party. That is a tweed, gorgeously tailored dress that has the most beautiful buttons I have ever seen. Like, I remember I was sitting at church during Easter and just like looking at my buttons, like just like couldn't look away. They're so beautiful. In these two looks, you see the dichotomy of the 90s with the very silky slip, slight, like minimalist inspiration, but then you also see more of like the glamorous, rich tweed texture that we also saw a lot of as well. Like, let me know if you remember those beautiful tweed ad campaigns of the 90s. Paul Erasmus is the designer of the tweed dress. He not only worked at Max Mara and Versace, but also led LA Saab and Pro Novia. So the craftsmanship and the attention to detail is there, and I love pairing this dress with the two-tone block heel. These are by Cezanne, and I wear them all the time. They're really comfortable. And then I top the look off with a tweed jacket and a quilted bag. So you can see the two differences very glaring here, but they're both very 90s. Number 3 are sexy date night looks. One is the minimalist look that feels very Calvin Klein to me, just like there's a lot of draping in the material, but it's also just very minimal. This is a dress by Not Yet, also by Fabrique, and it's made in a Tencel-Merino knit that I loved wearing recently on my trip to Portugal. It survived the trip. I was able just to like take it out of my suitcase and wear it. It was so comfortable. Like, I spent all day in it, and it's rare when you're able to do that, where you're able to take a look from day to night because you're just so comfortable in it. It had such a beautiful draping. And this look here, I'm pairing it with a leather jacket by St. Sophia, glove flats by Quince, and just a sleek bucket bag to finish off the look. And then on the other hand, for the more glamorous date night look, I'm definitely leaning into a lot of Guess ad inspiration here. It's like Claudia Schiffer, Karen Mulder, Anna Nicole Smith, like just in like these tight jeans with these really cute tops. So here I'm wearing my polka dot shirt by Cezanne, gauzy shirt that I really love, tighter jeans, and a belt by Ralph Lauren. Another way I could have done this glam look is kind of swapping out the Guess vibe and going more Chanel again, wearing this particular tweed jacket that I have worn so much. I've just been loving on it because it's so versatile. It kind of is a great topper for almost anything. People just stare at it and like, they're like, what is that? I mean, the buttons are beautiful, and it's such a great shade too for spring and summer. It's not like too heavy. This one's a double-breasted tweed jacket by Alex Roten, and it's made of a rich Lurex tweed. Is the real deal tweed, if you know what I mean. So this date night look would look really cute with this top that I'm wearing here, baggier jeans, very Margot Robbie inspired in her handbag video. And this is just a very also like carefree outfit that also emulates the 90s quite nicely. Number 4 is girls' night. I don't know that there's any like more fun to be had in outfits than girls' night, right? Because when you're dressing for women, it like kind of changes the intention. It levels it up right away. This glam look is one that I love and I've been wearing for years now. It is velvet pants with a silk shirt a la Kate Moss and Tom Ford. So this is my glam look for girls' night. Probably men could appreciate this too, but you show up to this in girls' night and people are gonna be like, whoa, I know the reference here. And the pants are actually vintage Zara. I've had these for forever. The shirt is by Lily Silk that is really easy to wear, breathable, and then just like some big platform heels and crazy hair. 90s hair, right? 90s hair, like not the sleek way, but more like the crazy runway hair. Now, the other direction that you can go for girls' night is the minimalist, inspired by Stephanie Seymour, another icon of the 90s. It's a slip skirt with a t-shirt, so simple. My shoes are by Inez. The skirt is by Quince. The t-shirt is by Ralph Lauren. Very easy look to recreate, shoulder bag, and you're good to go. It's as 90s as it could get, and something that you probably already have in your closet as well. Now, a complete change of pace for this is menswear. And menswear was so big in the 90s that every time that I see it like come back into style now, I don't think menswear aesthetic is in. I think more of like 90s, you know, because everywhere from red carpet events, like that famous scene in Love Story where she's dressing Annette Bening, Julia Roberts did it, Sharon Stone, like there was just so much menswear everywhere. Again, that oversized trouser look. It was probably the first iteration of Boss Lady, like in the pop culture. So for this look, I'm using an old Fabrique favorite of mine, which is a two-piece set. I have worn this so much lately, including to travel a lot. And it's almost like I go through these phases where I want to wear jeans a lot when I travel, and sometimes where I'm like, I do not. I just want to wear something really comfortable and cozy. These trousers look so elevated. They're pleated, and then that oversized blazer just makes it look very powerful and menswear coated as well. So I love this look. And with this particular outfit, you can take it in so many different directions in terms of what you wear underneath. You can go either like the brown and gray tones or the black and gray or even white and gray and just kind of match your accessories accordingly. I'm showing you here a black silk shirt with the glove flats and my Oleata bag. And the way that I wore it on my recent trip was suede leather Quinn sneakers, and then actually another Fabrique bag that I absolutely love. It's their Monty East West that I wear all of the time. It has been well loved. Let me tell you, it's such a great bag and very much a relevant silhouette for 2026. And then the Glam, of course, is Gwyneth Paltrow in Tom Ford for Gucci, which I think was in the same collection as the Kate Moss look that I just showed you. And this is such a fun look. I think we're in the wrong season right now, but it's just something for your back pocket, maybe for like the next fall, winter, holiday season, the festive period, to have that rich velvet tone. These two separates are by Ralph Lauren, and I think I just borrowed my husband's like blue button down. It looks that I recreate from loving back in my youth and just being like, let's give it a try now, you know? So these are two very different ways that you could go about either look. And by the way, let me know which ones of these you're preferring. I would love to hear from you. Number 6 is running errands. And I'm gonna use one of my favorite Kill and Bissette Kennedy looks that I recreated this season, which is just like the baggier 90s jeans, like that was a more relaxed fit. The flip-flops, which are all the rage again. It's just a simple black knit. The bag is by Oleata, and lipstick is Pirate by Chanel. And actually, I think the red lipstick that she wore, the Max Mara in Russian red. So you can go with Pirate or Russian red. They're both kind of that blue-red color that is beautiful and very flattering for most skin tones. Now the Glam, we're using a leather jacket, a chain belt, more form-fitting jeans, and a newsboy hat. Because those were also huge in the 90s. There were so many ad campaigns and Vogue editorial spreads with the newsboy hat, and it always looked not tomboyish at all. It just looked ultra glamorous. Like one picture comes to mind is Karen Mulder and like her red lipstick, and you can tell she's wearing like a vest with a crisp white shirt, and then the hat, and it's just like, whoa, what's happening? So this is a really great look. The chain belt was absolutely a key piece that you needed back then, and you've seen them come back in style. I actually need to get my hands on an updated one because mine is super old. I'm adding toppers to these looks. So if we were to add a minimal coat, I would add the Fabrique wool coat in midnight blue that I have since last fall. Every time that I wear it, people stop me and ask me what it is. I think the color is just so striking and different, but not like an annoying color that you have to like make yourself live with. And it is the most tailored, beautiful minimalist coat that you could ask for. And now on the Glam side, you could add a faux fur coat or even a vintage real fur coat and call it Glam. And this too is another gem by Vera Wang. It's hand-stitched, subtle pockets that don't mess with the line. And then it's got an open back that makes it really light and easy for layering versus over styling, adjustable straps. It's basically your summer best friend. It's a matte crepe material. One of my favorite features is the pleating here with the buttons that makes for a timeless look. This is a minimalist. Just wearing slide square toe heels and some yellow sunnies with a tote bag. So just a very easy breezy look for spring, summer. Now in terms of the maximalist look, this is one thing that you really saw in the 90s, just like a very monochrome look. And then on the other hand, you saw kind of like an Italian, a very tomato girl summer type of aesthetic with like the scarf around your head and just like almost like 60s coated type of vibe. It felt a little retro, very ladylike, and you could really accessorize with a lot of gold statement jewelry. The way I'm creating this look is with this set by Saint Sophia. It's a really fun polka dot bottom skirt and kind of like a cowl neck that feels almost like borderline Pretty Woman-ish. Again, kind of highlights how the two different 90s aesthetics lived within the same decade. Don't forget to shop Fabrique with my discount code. I'm so excited for you to discover this amazing brand. And if you want more 90s inspiration, make sure to check out the 15 Carolyn Bessette Kennedy's outfits to copy. I'll see you there. And if you learned something today, make sure to hit the subscribe button.